It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Activate beast mode, I just hit G code. Gotta say his niggas want Rico. Ayy, I was on TiVo, green dot reload. About to touch down like Tizo. Ayy, stunning like Steve-O, simple like free throw. Juice color like Nigo. Ayy, whip got soup like miso. Ayy, nigga take L like default. Riding through the city, no gas. I be floating on the track, no rail. Never did art. I just need cheese for the craft for a front. I don't put it on tab. Never tell move smart. Probably went to school with your dad. Now they got me saying rules in the class. I'm just trying to do my part. Nigga walk smooth like Shaq. Wanna see me come through for the back. I got my 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We just vibing, niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no game, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace. Okay.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this weekend. All right. Now, in this video, we're going to be speaking about Drake, Adin Ross, and Steak all over again. All right. Now, y'all know earlier in the week, we talked about the first lawsuit that included all three of these parties in the state of Missouri. Right. And basically, the big issue is the delineation between stake.com, which is an international entity for people to gamble, and stake.us, which is their American version of the same website and app where people go to partake in what they call a social casino experience. All right. So they make it seem like it's all fun and games, but people are actually spending and losing real money. The odds are stacked heavily against them. And there's also some discrepancy about whether or not Drake and Adin Ross are using real money as they promote in their streams, or if this is all fake money that they're winning and losing that Stake is giving them and sponsoring for them to get more people to partake in this gambling experience being masked as a social experience. All right. Just want to put all of that out there in the beginning. We read through the entire 34-page filing in the state of Missouri. We now have another class action suit that's been filed in New Mexico. All right. And it's pretty much an identical class action suit, right? People have lost money. People have gotten gambling addictions, the whole nine. And they're saying, hey, man, y'all are false advertising. There's a difference between Stake Cash and these gold coins. These gold coins are practically worthless. You're making it seem like people are playing for gold coins. But the true objective is to obtain Stake Cash, which has a 1-to-1 value with the US dollar. Okay. So it seems like they're definitely is going to be a firestorm on the way because we have two class action lawsuits in the same week. All right. With the same defendants for the same exact infractions. And remember, I told y'all when we read through the first filing is that this sort of activity is illegal or considered illegal in 17 of our states. All right. So I would imagine that there's probably going to be 15 more of these to come. This is going to end up being probably a very big issue for Stake in particular. And do I think this is going to take their company down as a whole? No, but I think it's going to change how they do things tremendously, how they promote, how Drake and Adin Ross are treated and how they're marketed by the company, how their streams are held. I think all of that is going to be affected and probably some major money loss at the same time. Right now, we're going to get into a little bit of that. I'm not going to read the whole filing. We've done that. I'm not doing it again. It's the same shit. But what we are going to take a look at is, since this is now on the precipice we've now got Google coming out and making changes to their own policies about how social casinos are being accepted on their platforms, which is actually going to have ramifications for sites like Stake and their US operations moving forward. So now we're starting to see a crackdown, not only in terms of lawsuits, but also in how a global powerhouse like Google is handling these types of websites. All right. So we're on the brink of change out this motherfucker, man. Something finna change. A lot is finna change, but in this arena specifically. So here we've got a brief article going over what's going on here. All right. New Mexico suit alleges Drake, Aiden Ross, and Stake.us ran illegal online casino. You see, we've got Drake and we've got Aiden Ross here. All right. In a new class action filed in the Second Judicial District Court of New Mexico, two plaintiffs on behalf of themselves and others similarly situated have accused Sweepstakes Limited, online influencer Aiden Ross, and musician Aubrey Drake Graham of operating an illegal online casino scheme marketed to New Mexico residents. The complaint names the defendants and says that Sweepstakes Limited conducts online casino gambling in open violation of New Mexico state gaming and consumer protection laws. It also claims that the platform Stake.us is a virtual clone of Stake.com, rebranded to make bettors believe it offers harmless gameplay instead of an unlawful gambling platform. All verbiage that we got very familiar with just a few days ago. Now here we've got this guy, Daniel Wallach, or Wallach, however he says or pronounces his name. He actually was one of the people that broke the story of the first lawsuit. He says, breaking. Drake has been sued for a second time this week for his role in promoting the online sweepstakes casino website Stake.us. The class action lawsuit filed in New Mexico State Court seeks to hold Drake personally liable for class members' gambling losses. Okay, and again, we're not going through the entire filing on this one, but as we can see, we've got Nathaniel Torres and Rory Mitchie on behalf of themselves and others similarly situated. So these are the two that are coming out, and they've got a fleet of people who also put their hands in the ring in case there's anything financial on the other side of it. They will be splitting the class action judgment. Okay, and this is versus Plaintiff Sweepstakes Limited, Aiden Ross, and Aubrey Drake Graham. And again, it pretty much mirrors exactly what we read the other day about their $4.7 billion revenues in 2024. They say Stake has hit a point now where I'm confident our betting volume is the highest in the world of any casino, land-based or online. Despite its global dominance, which includes sponsoring a prestigious English Premier League soccer club, Everton, and Formula One racing team, Kick Sauber, and multiple mixed martial arts and ultimate fighting championship fighters, Stake.com found itself during the emergence of online casino gambling blocked from entering the U.S. market, where online casino gambling is highly regulated and banned entirely in many states, including New Mexico. All right, so they're violating New Mexico laws by even being available. Now, according to the filing, we just read this, but Stake is a platform marketed to New Mexicans as a so-called social casino that does not permit real gambling, although that is what's happening. In a related lawsuit filed in Missouri, which we already read through, a plaintiff claims that Stake.us, Drake, and Ross operated an illegal online casino aimed at people in the state. As they reported earlier about the Missouri complaint, Stake.us is a virtual clone of Stake.com, rebranded to mislead Missouri regulators and consumers into believing it offers harmless gameplay instead of an unlawful gambling platform. All right? Again, this is all stuff that we've gone through. Now, the other day, we also saw a reaction from Aiden Ross, which they have on this website. Ross reacted publicly to the class action allegations during a recent live stream. He told viewers, read through the case yourself. It's fucking bullshit. When someone asked him directly about the claims, he repeated, it's bullshit. He also said there was nothing to talk about and encouraged people to read the documents on their own, which we did. All right? But here's a clip.
L fucking mans. Guys, there's nothing to talk about regarding the title, regarding what's going on with us. You guys can look into it. I will tell you guys this. Read through the case yourself. It's fucking bullshit. To me, it seems like somebody. If you guys can see what Asmongold said, because someone sent that to me, it's literally true. Like, just watch the Asmongold thing. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. There's not.
Okay, so he assures his viewers that it's completely BS, right? But this is the same type of verbiage that Aiden Ross used on stream to his viewers as it pertained to the Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro case. He said it was bullshit. He said he had nothing to do with anything. He doesn't understand why he's been subpoenaed to be depositioned. He tried to file a restraining order to restrict him from being deposed, and he was denied. We're actually going to get into that in another video, though. We're not going to do that right now. We're here for him and Drake at this time, and Steak. But just letting y'all know, he used this same verbiage as it pertained to that situation in which he was served by a mariachi band playing outside of his house, and he's still being brought to the table to be deposed. Again, we'll get to that in a separate video. Now, they say, as of this reporting, Drake had not responded directly to the allegations. A spokesperson for Stake.us said, "We have not been served at this time. We reject allegations that have been made in the media in relation to this potential claim and will vigorously defend this and all such claims." The New Mexico complaint asked the court to approve a class that includes all New Mexico residents who gambled and lost money on Stake.us during the 5 years before the lawsuit was filed. Once again, almost a word-for-word replica of what was filed in Missouri. So now we're over here on Gaming Today. And remember, at the top of the video, I told y'all that Google has made some changes and planning on making additional changes to how they treat these sweepstakes casinos or social casinos moving forward, because now it's being put under additional legal scrutiny. So things that may have been swept under the rug or overlooked are now being addressed. So they say Google draws the line. Sweepstakes casinos are no longer, quote unquote, social. And this was published yesterday while everyone was having fun. The online casino world just got a major shakeup from one of the biggest digital gatekeepers out there. Google has officially updated its gambling and games policy to clarify that sweepstakes casinos are not social casino games. It might sound like a small technical tweak, but it carries big consequences for how these platforms can market, advertise, and even position themselves online. So this is going to have deep ramifications for sites that are similar. This decision draws a bold line between what Google considers social gaming and what it sees as gambling. For sweepstakes operators, that line could change everything about how they reach players in the United States. Now, what exactly did Google change? On October 28th, 2025, Google quietly but clearly updated its official gambling and games policy. Quietly but clearly, they say. The change added a single but powerful line under its social casino section. So this is a screenshot. Social casino games are online simulated gambling style games where there is no opportunity to win something of value. Okay? Let me repeat that again. Where there is no opportunity to win something of value. But on Stake.us, you're able to win stake cash, which is valued at a 1-to-1 rate of the US dollar. Promotion of content, which itself directly promotes engagement in social casino games, such as aggregators or affiliates, is not allowed. Promotion of social casino games. Examples of games that are not social casino games, sweepstake casinos. And what's the name of the holding company for Stake? Sweepstakes Limited. That simple sentence instantly moved sweepstakes casinos like Wild Vegas, Pulse, and McLuck into a new category. They can no longer claim certification under Google's social casino umbrella, which means they're now subject to stricter advertising rules that apply to gambling products. In short, Google no longer views these platforms as casual entertainment because they use a dual currency model, usually gold coins and sweeps coins. Remember, this is the same type of model we're talking about with stake, where you have the gold coins and you have stake cash that allows players to redeem prizes for real money. The tech giant now classifies them as operating more closely to online gambling than to social gaming. Why the change matters. To the average player, sweepstakes casinos might still feel like social casinos. They use bright visuals, friendly branding, and often say no purchase necessary, yet behind the scenes, Google sees a system that involves staking something of value for the chance to win real-world rewards. That distinction matters. Google's policies only allow advertising for games that meet specific legal and licensing standards. Social casino games can advertise widely because they don't pay out real prizes. Once money is in the mix, however, Google treats the platform like gambling content, which is far more tightly controlled. For advertisers, the fallout is immediate. Sweepstakes casinos that once ran banner ads, video campaigns, or search promotions under the social classification are now out of luck. Unless they qualify under gambling rules, which require certification and are limited by geography, they can't advertise on Google Ads at all. The industry pressure behind Google's decision. They say Google didn't make this move in a vacuum. Over the past year, sweepstakes casinos have faced rising scrutiny from regulators, private casino operators, and tribal gaming groups across the country. So this is a big controversial topic that exceeds far beyond Stake, far beyond Drake, and far beyond Aiden Ross. Although they are the subject of this video, it's only a symptom of a bigger issue. Tribal casinos have been especially vocal, arguing that sweepstakes platforms exploit legal loopholes to offer gambling without following state gaming laws or paying associated taxes. From their perspective, these sites compete unfairly with licensed casinos that invest heavily in compliance and responsible gaming programs. For many brands, that's a marketing nightmare. Google dominates the digital ad landscape, so losing access to its network drastically cuts visibility. What happens next for sweepstakes casinos like a stake? For sweepstakes casino operators, the path forward just got a lot more complicated. Without Google Ads, they'll need to double down on other marketing channels, affiliate partnerships, influencer collaborations, organic search, and social media engagement, which will be tough for Stake because their affiliate partnerships and influencer collaborations such as Drake and Aiden Ross are now opening them up to legal issues. So I'm sure they won't be so eager to get new partnerships and influencer collaborations because they got to figure out how they can prove that the ones that are currently existing are above board, right? They'll also have to be careful about language and branding. Calling themselves social casinos and ads or app listings may no longer fly, especially if Google considers it misleading, okay? Which is literally in the lawsuits. Instead, we may start seeing terms like sweepstakes-based gaming or dual currency play for fun platforms emerge as rebranding efforts take shape. Meanwhile, players probably won't notice much immediate change inside the apps themselves. The games will still function the same way. However, finding new players could become harder, especially if Google's crackdown influences Apple, Meta, or other major digital ad providers to adopt similar definitions. Okay? So, again, and they're getting into here about this this legal gray area, which all of these companies are exploiting. And we're just going to have to see how all of this moves forward. And of course, if there are any additional updates to come as it pertains to the Missouri or the New Mexico filing against Drake, Stake, and Aiden Ross, of course, you know we're going to talk about it here, but I definitely wanted to talk about Google making these changes because it all happened in the same week as these two lawsuits coming down the pipeline for them. All right, Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Much love and respect. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built.